Good morning. I'd like to welcome everybody to the Bullish Network. Trump, breadcrumbs, XRP, Jared Kushner think outside the box, and billionaire drops ETH from portfolio, keeps vet. Very good article here. U.S. Treasury, we are working with all digital currency companies. Really good video, guys, here. Thank you for tuning in. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just documenting my journey. First thing I want to do is give a shout out to Digital Asset Daily. He actually did a really good job putting these clips together. President, and this is Jared Kushner here, guys. And Jared Kushner kind of reminds me, well, Jared Kushner, the first time I was exposed to Jared Kushner was through the Bearable Guy puzzle, Think Outside the Box. Jared Kushner, White Halls of Power through Lodestar 1. Basically, down that rabbit hole, we tied Jared Kushner to King Kurson at Ripple. This is Jared Kushner, and I was actually kind of surprised that he spoke. If you don't know, guys, Jared Kushner is married to Donald Trump's daughter, Ivanka Trump. So he says, President wants to make sure we have the best people doing the best jobs. Instructed me to break down every barrier that I needed. To me, that's saying bring down walled gardens. This is an effort where the government is doing things that the government doesn't normally do. Wanted to make sure we think outside the box. Jared Kushner. So, Bearable Guy, think outside the box, break down barriers, bring down walled gardens.
The president wanted to make sure that we had the best people doing the best jobs and making sure that we had the right people focused on all the things that needed to happen to make sure that we can deliver in these unusual times for the American people. The president also instructed me to make sure that I break down every barrier needed to make sure that the teams can succeed. This is an effort where the government is doing things that the government doesn't normally do. We're stretching, we're acting very quickly, and the president wants to make sure that the White House is fully behind the different people running the different lines of effort to make sure that we get everything done in a speed that the president demands. The president also wanted us to make sure we think outside the box,
Make sure we think outside the box. Jared Kushner, JK Lodestar. So ironic, guys. So ironic. So that's pretty interesting there. Now, also, guys, here's another good clip. Shout out to Digital Asset Daily. I highly recommend you follow them. Assets Daily. Mnuchin, the hot topic is the stimulus and how will we be getting these checks. So pretty much Mnuchin was on the spotlight today, receiving questions, being asked questions about how we're getting the checks. Are they coming debit, credit, 18th tax return, 19th tax return, what's the portal, website, address. Pretty much Mnuchin says there are people who are underbanked. We are working with all of the digital companies. We are working with them all to make sure we have a process that every American gets their money quickly. So really interesting scenario.
About the direct payments to Americans. For those folks who don't have bank accounts, who don't have direct deposit information on file with the IRS, how long would they have to wait for their check?
Well, for people who don't have direct deposit, again, we'll have an easy way they put it up. We can, on a rolling basis, I think, within a couple of days when they give it to us, we'll send the money out. We do realize there are people who are underbanked. And again, we're working with all the digital companies, prepaid debit cards. We're working with all of them to make sure we have a process that every American gets their money quickly.
Wow. Guys, he says we're working with all digital companies, and there are people who are underbanked. Clearly, guys, it reminds me of Trump speaking the other day. Like I said, I've been echoing this for the last week. Stimulus 2 plan, there was a digital dollar within that stimulus plan. It was stripped from stimulus plan 3, and Trump gave a speech the next day, and he didn't seem too excited about that. He said he basically gave the state their way, but we can handle this a federal way. Well, Ripple's registered with FinCEN on a federal level, and there is a difference between state and federal level. Ripple is ready on a federal level because it's registered with FinCEN as a money transmitter, but I just think there was an issue with having state licensing ready so soon. But I truly believe we are in the last mile, as I say. No, guys, Jared Kushner, really quick, take one step back. Here's Jared Kushner. Here's King Kurson right here, and Jared Kushner. Here's King Kurson right here. Ripple welcomes King Kurson to its board of directors. In case you guys don't know, King Kurson is very close with Jared Kushner. They worked at the Observer together, or owned it together. Jared Kushner also wanted to get King Kurson some secret clearance at the White House, but it was denied. That's a whole nother story. But this is our inside guy from Ripple, close to the Trump administration is Ken Kurson, because he's on the Ripple board of directors. Ripple welcomes Ken Kurson to its board of directors. I'm excited to join Ripple and assist in the goal to make more immediate cross-border payments a reality, said Kurson. The way money is delivered is changing dramatically. You got that right. Now, like I said, guys, I'll pull up the pictures just to give you guys an idea how close they are. They worked at the New York Observer together. Here's Ken Kurson right here. Here's Jared Kushner. Here's Josh Kushner, actually his brother. And if you guys don't know, actually, Jared Kushner is actually invested in Robinhood. And he is a top-ranking position at the Trump administration now. So that clearly shows you guys the proof is in the partnerships. That's for sure. I wanted to give a shout out to Chris Larson. I guess thank you to everyone on the front lines keeping us safe. I am truly grateful that I've made a full recovery. If you have recovered from the virus, please consider donating blood. So I'm assuming that, well, I guess Chris Larson was affected. I didn't know that. So I guess Chris Larson is good to go now. So I'm glad to hear Chris Larson is doing well, and I hope that everybody is definitely staying safe. I want to give a shout out to Ant1 at Ant1. Ripple shareholders, SBI invest in Russia's largest payment provider. Pretty much, guys, we've tied the largest Russian investments, Yurly Minor, the biggest Russian investor into Coinbase and Robinhood, and we've tied that to SBI, and we also tied it to the Trump administration in previous videos. Ripple remittance partner SBI has sealed an agreement with Russia's fintech platform Q1W1, a report has confirmed. Today, April, SBI Holding, subsidiary in Singapore, signed an agreement to invest in Q1W platform, a subsidiary of Russia's largest payment provider. Q1 boasts executing an average of 1 trillion rubles worth of transactions annually and services its over 42 million users with 130,000 payment terminals. So really interesting there. And interoperability, it's going to be more corridors accessed. Shout out to Ant1 also, guys. XRP liquidity index prepares to hit all-time high in all 3 corridors. And I pretty much said, guys, I believe this is going to continue nonstop. More it's used, the more utility, the better the better it performs. About a month ago, guys, we did an article on one of the ODL corridors. Almost meant of all-time high of all 3. So just imagine, guys, over time, more corridors, more utility. It will definitely have an impact on the price. XRP liquidity index prepares to hit new all-time high in 3 ODL corridors. Huge. Guys, I want to give a shout out to Deshaun the Legend GoodWin really quick. Libra Association Anchorage adds custody for Ripple XRP. Now, guys, I did do a deep dive on this Anchorage relationship this morning. Actually, this was a really good video, guys. Come to find out, Visa invested $40 million in Anchorage, and Yale Endowment invested basically into Anchorage also through Paradigm. So this Anchorage relationship has big-time institutional investors. It's also an institutional custody provider. So, guys, this is one reason I believe that the crypto market, as far as example, this Bitcoin BTC first quarter performance tops Dow Jones and S&P 500. I truly believe, guys, because institutional money is pumping money into the digital currency ecosystem behind the scenes. And I showed you guys that with this video right here. The Yale Endowment, the Visa, institutional custody is big business because Wall Street doesn't want to hold their own crypto. And this is why clearly the S&P is digital currency is outperforming the S&P. Okay, guys, billionaire investor Jim Breyer drops ETH in crypto portfolio. So what they're talking about here is here's Jim Breyer's portfolio. It at one time held Ethereum right here. Now Ethereum is gone and VeChain is still in there. So based on the latest information displayed by Breyer's portfolio page, however, it appears the billionaire has dropped Ethereum. In this look at Breyer's portfolio via internet, Ethereum was listed in Breyer's crypto portfolio alongside Circle and VeChain. So the portfolio now features 4 of the 5 platforms: VeChain, Circle, High Fidelity, and Good Money. But Jim Breyer, CEO and founder investment of venture firm Breyer Capital, has removed Ethereum from his investment portfolio. Breyer is a well-known angel investor in crypto platform VeChain, Circle, and Ethereum, and has invested in more than 40 companies. So now he removed Ethereum, but VeChain is still there. Guys, I'm a big-time VeChain fan, that's for sure. I got VeChain. I got my VeChain on Binace US, a regulated US exchange. I highly recommend Binace USA. Actually, guys, if you join Binace, we both get $15, I believe, or they may have did something where they changed with the fees. But I highly recommend Binace US and Coinbase regulated US exchanges. And also, I hope everybody's staying safe. The Bullish Network logo will come down right now. Smash that logo to subscribe to the channel. Hit that notification bell. You'll be notified when I release a video. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Do you have VET? Are you thinking outside the box? Oh, really quick, guys. I'm glad I've seen this right here. Supply chain. Pretty much, Trump was speaking of supply chain management today, saying the supply chain has been broke down because we're no longer exporting or importing items from China or different places. So now we're leaning on our own supply chain management within the U.S. So he basically thanked Walmart and the supply chain they have, but they said it's not as good as it could be. So it's kind of ironic that we're also working on supply chain management now. So really interesting scenario there. So Breyer holds VET, and we're also talking supply chain management. Bullish Network logo will come down. Smash that logo to subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell, and you'll be notified when we release a video. Much love. Mahalo. Thank you.